Recently, we heard from the coordinating Ministry of Law and Human Rights, Mahfud MD, that Indonesia should consider easing PSBB regulations.
Ekonomi tidak boleh macet, tidak boleh mati. Oleh sebab itu, Presiden mengatakan ekonomi harus tetap bergerak, tetapi tetap di dalam kerangka protokol kesehatan itu. Itulah yang disebut relaksasi.
This discourse was proven on May 11, 2020, when the Task Force Chief COVID-19 Doni Monardo saying that people under 45 years of age will be given the opportunity to work as usual again in the midst of a pandemic. As most of the world tries to suppress the coronavirus spread, some countries are going it alone, trying to manage the pandemic through so-called herd immunity. Herd immunity means letting a large number of people catch a disease and hence develop immunity to it to stop the virus spreading. On the face of it, a herd immunity strategy might seem wise for economic stability, but the absence of coronavirus vaccines means it is very high risk.
Herd immunity is a relevant thing to be discussing in terms of this pandemic, but as in potential outcome of the pandemic, not necessarily as a strategy. It's not something that you're actively doing. It's more of an outcome.
If vaccines are not available and the infection spreads, some people will develop a mild version of the disease and recover. But it is dangerous and unethical to rely on this method to combat the disease. The intermediate and longer-term consequences of coronavirus are not yet known, and some people who are not badly affected by the disease, under a herd immunity strategy, they could still pass the virus to elderly people who are at risk of dying from it. One expert analysis found that creating herd immunity in the UK would require more than 47 million people to be infected. With a 2.3% fatality rate and a 19% rate of severe disease, this could result in more than 1 million people dying and a further 8 million needing critical care. So for now, is Indonesia ready easing the PSBB regulation and bracing for the new normal? And is this the same thing as adopting a partial herd immunity strategy? Considering the lack of capacity in healthcare services, along with its low ratio of patients to doctors, beds, and ventilators, restricting mobility was the only viable way to curb transmissions and deaths.